Today, teachers and principals are continuing their protest of what the state government is doing, which is attempting to reduce the number of people employed in our system, in our public schools, reduce resourcing levels, and refusing to give guarantees around class sizes, permanency. It's going to have a devastating effect on the provision of education in this state, and the government simply cannot be allowed to get away with it. Today's protest is the continuing of the campaign against local schools, local decisions, which is simply a Treasury-driven structure to reduce the number of employees in our system, reduce resourcing levels and reduce staffing. We have seen today breaking news that the cuts are beyond just the 15,000 public servant positions, which also are a number of student learning positions, support staff. Not only are we losing them, what has been revealed today in the Sydney Morning Herald is those cuts will go much, much deeper as a perpetual cut to public provision in this state. The government simply cannot be allowed to get away with it. Today, we are quite loudly claiming that the government should be putting students first. Students first. All educational reform in this state must be centred on a basic principle that students should be put first and not Treasury officials and dollars. It's about kids, not about dollars and budgets.
Have you spoken with anyone from the Department of Education to confirm job losses?
The job losses have been announced by the Treasurer.
Yeah, but in terms of the Department of Education?
Yes, the department has revealed not only we lost the 200 positions out of state office, lost the drug prevention unit, we have lost student welfare programs, equity programs out of the department already, support service. The curriculum directorate has gone. We know that the department has also informed us that they will be getting rid of public service and clerical positions, not only out of the regional and state offices, but ultimately out of our school system. We estimate, and so does the Public Service Association, that we'll be losing thousands of those support positions.
So what kind of impact is that going to have on schools?
It's going to have a dramatic impact. The workload will increase on those remaining to be employed. But what will happen though will be the loss of provision and the loss of services. That ultimately will be a decline in the quality of education we can provide in New South Wales.
Kids are the ones that would really be the losers.
The real losers in this will be the students, and that's why we are saying it's about putting students first. We need the government to say it's not about Treasury cost cutting, it should be about students. And students should be put first.
Parents seem to, the P&C Council has not been supportive of strike action in the past. They think the new policy will put students first. How do you explain that?
Well, the P&C are not saying that, and I'm in discussions with the P&C every day. The P&C, in their statements they've released, have said that there needs to be a lot of questions answered, and they have similar concerns. We also know at the local level that parents are coming along to meetings and asking very difficult questions of the government. Why aren't students being put first? Parents are coming on board with this campaign, and we'll keep building this campaign right across the community.
But they weren't supportive of the strike action last
The P&C always have a difficulty with that sort of industrial action, but that doesn't mean they don't support what the teachers are saying.
Are you worried this issue is starting to lose a bit of steam? I mean, there's only a couple of hundred teachers here today. You probably would have expected a bit more, wouldn't you?
No, this is our annual conference, and we believe that this is the campaign continuing. We had tens of thousands of teachers last Wednesday. We know that this campaign will continue. It's growing each and every action that we take.
Did you tell all teachers about today's rally? Did you invite all teachers to take part?
No, only our annual conference delegates.
In terms of future industrial action, what have you guys planned?
We'll make those decisions at a point in time. What we'll be building though is a large community campaign. We're using, as our annual conference decided, every political, legal, media and industrial strategy that's at our disposal, and when time comes we'll be revealing it.
So
today will be about highlighting the depth of the cuts, how severe they are, and the loss of quality of provision, and we're hoping that will be something that the community will start looking at very closely.
in terms of the depths of the cuts, what are you talking about? Just positions?
What they are attempting to do is replace permanent positions with temporary on an ongoing basis. When they did that in Victoria, we have seen now in the first 5 years of teaching in Victoria, The first 5 years of teaching, young teachers now make up 50% of temporary positions. That's all they are going to. One temporary position to another temporary position. And that's what the state government is attempting to do here. Casualise the teaching workforce. Rather than having a standing permanent teaching workforce with a commitment to teaching, they're attempting to casualise the workforce. That will lead to decline in quality, a loss of continuity of programs, and it's all about saving money.
The education.
All of this, and you don't want to blink. Mr. Pickley doesn't want to blink. What's going to happen?
Well, ultimately, the government was going to have to give guarantees to the community of New South Wales about class sizes and staffing levels and resourcing levels. This campaign will continue until we get those guarantees. The government is refusing to give the guarantees. And when you look at the Putting Students First Charter, I ask any member of the community, what is in that charter that would make a minister balk at signing it? It's about guarantees around class sizes, permanency and resource levels. We know that they are after the budgets in schools. We know they've already started that decline. They've already started to lose. We've lost positions already out of state office, and we know they'll start happening out of schools. We have to put a stop to it.
The Education Minister said last week that there was no plans to reduce class sizes or increase class sizes. So how can we weigh up what you're saying compared to what he's saying? Because we're getting two different messages.
The Commission of Audit, New South Wales Commission of Audit, page 83, endorsed by the State Treasurer on June the 12th, said that we will not allow the union to enter into any industrial agreement that guarantees class sizes, and in other words, it will be determined by managerial prerogative. It's the state government's own documented policy that they are coming after class sizes.
Are you going to sit down with the government anytime soon? When's the next? What's happening with that?
We are hoping that the government will see reason and start to negotiate with the profession. At the moment, in that building there, they've got PricewaterhouseCoopers, an accountancy firm, devising staffing systems for our schools. What we say is this: the PricewaterhouseCoopers and the accountants should leave the building, and instead the profession should be invited into the employer's building, and we should be the ones determining staffing systems in our schools, not accountants. There's only one reason why you bring the accountants in to devise a staffing system: because you want to save money.